I have seen in my clinical practice that many time, kids who came with social anxiety, having difficulty going to, social gathering, difficulty speaking on stage and publicly, having anxiety playing sports or going to, those activities, and eating, in the cafeteria or eating in big gatherings, with proper support, I think, from the parents, more caring, nurturing, empathic, understanding support, along with a good therapist who help with the cognitive behavioral therapy, not and also some mindfulness and then compassion based, where they help parents understand that the some kids, this is their can't territory, mean they have difficult in the beginning. It's not about that they don't want to, it's that just they cannot, due to many reasons. It could be genetic, it could be environmental, it could be temperament, there could be so many reasons. So remind them, this is just like, if someone had a stroke and the right side leg is weak, that weakness in leg is a can't territory, and we need to provide crutches, we need to provide support, we need to provide small steps at a time, we need to make a lot of adjustment to make the progress. And also, when we are making the progress, appreciate, don't go to the next step. Appreciate small wins. If the child is able to, I remember a child that I was working with, having struggling with talking, in the school, and the parents were pushing a lot of pressure, and the teachers, they were also, trying to help and try, but the child was becoming more and more socially withdrawn. So what we asked the child, can you have some signs, the at least, when you have to use the bathroom, you can just raise that, you don't have to talk, but at least, when you have, if you need anything, just make, some sign. And then we find a one person in the school that she was feeling more comfortable, and this child was not talking with the teacher in the class, but with this one person, one to one, that gradually start talking, gradually start sharing, gradually. So then from that person we add another person, then another person, and that's how you, if we call it a dosing phenomena, where you add, gradually go up, and now this person is not the best outgoing speaker, but way better than what the last year this child was. And the other thing I remind parents, that don't see your child just with an anxiety. They may have so many other potential, lot of creativity, lot of, the arts, lot of music, so many potential, but who just focused on the can't territory, and who just focus sometime our love, our appreciation, our trust, our confidence in the children, in the territory, in the area that the child have the most vulnerability, and we may not see all the great thing that the God has given to them. So while we are making that progress, just like, the person who have a stroke, okay, so the making the progress, but also remind, that they are, if they have good voice, if they have good intelligence, if they have a good hairstyle, like, if they are making nails, despite that small things, whatever their strength is, keep highlighting those strengths, give them support, give them empowerment, while you are nudging them, helping them with therapy, with sport, while they are making that progress, and allow them to fall. Don't then, the child is making progress, and then suddenly in one situation child, struggles. So don't just go in a panic mood, oh, this thing is not working, something, just have that conversation and tell them, wow, you have made so much progress, you have been talking to this, you have been talking to that, and I see that, you had difficulty, but that's okay, things happen. And the other thing is, be more creative. The child maybe struggle in one situation, but maybe less, just like I give you an example of that child who was having difficulty in the class, but was feeling comfortable with one person in the school. So rather than my philosophy or my therapy is focusing on, I need to help to speak in the class, I focus more on finding someone that person feel comfortable, depending on how bad things are. So you take steps more sportive, and and then you keep making the progress. And
Thank you
yes,
so much.
sorry, and yes, and then when you have that in line, yes, we see the progress. Kids are, again, they may not be the 100% outgoing, but they will feel uh, comfortable who they are, and they definitely will appreciate, because kids with anxiety, they want to have friends, they want to go to, it's just that
Mhm.
that fear of being judged, being what people other think, may come in a way. Yeah, so he sees improvement, with proper therapy, with proper parenting, with proper coaching, they come over most of the time with these vulnerabilities.
And it's great to have that reassurance from you that even though a lot of times as parents we mean well, we love them so much and we want to help them, that it really is as simple as having the compassion, having the empathy, listening, getting curious, just being there to support. Similarly, if someone broke their leg and they needed a crutch, it's okay for us to do that, which is why it's important to have a clinician and a provider who is working with them in therapy and different things, because that's their realm. And our job as a friend, as a family, as a parent, is to just be that loving support, that encouragement, that they might need to just get over that little hump that we often go through. And that not some just because something happens, not everything is a huge setback. Now we're all the way at square one. So that was just such a powerful reminder to me. And thank you so much.
Thank you for having me again.